A photograph discovered in a Florida parking lot may contain the final image of a missing girl. The woman in the picture appears terrified, bound, gagged with duct tape, and her family believes it was Tara Calico, a 19-year-old girl who vanished during a morning bike ride in New Mexico. She was never seen again. New Mexico, September 20th, 1988. The desert was silent that morning. Long, empty highways stretched across the burning landscape while the sun slowly climbed over the mountains outside the small town of Belen. 19-year-old Tara Lee Calico stepped outside her home carrying a Sony Walkman and a cassette tape. To everyone around her, it looked like a completely ordinary day. But by sunset, Tara Calico would be gone, and nearly 40 years later, nobody knows what really happened to her. Tara had a routine. Almost every morning, she rode her pink bicycle along New Mexico State Road 47, a lonely stretch of highway cutting through open desert. She loved the freedom of it, the music, the heat, the empty road. But recently, her mother had become afraid, because during several of their rides together, a strange truck kept appearing behind them, a light-colored pickup, old, slow-moving, watching. Sometimes it drove close enough to make them uncomfortable before disappearing again. Tara's mother eventually stopped riding entirely. She warned Tara, something isn't right. She even begged her daughter to carry Mace. But Tara refused. She believed she could handle herself. That morning, before leaving home, Tara looked at her mother and casually said something that would haunt her family forever. "Come get me if I'm not back by noon." Then she rode away down the highway, headphones on, music playing, completely unaware that someone may already have been watching her. At first, nothing seemed wrong. But noon came, then passed, and Tara never returned. Her mother immediately got into the car and drove the route Tara always followed. The highway looked endless beneath the desert sun. No bike, no Tara. Then suddenly, she noticed something on the asphalt, a cassette tape. Then another object farther down the road. Pieces of Tara's Sony Walkman, scattered along the highway, like breadcrumbs, almost as if someone had dropped them intentionally while moving, trying to leave behind a trail, trying to tell someone, "This is where they took me." Witnesses soon came forward. Several people confirmed seeing Tara riding that morning, but nearly all of them noticed something else. A pickup truck following close behind her. An older model Ford with a camper shell. The exact kind of vehicle Tara's mother feared. Then came the detail investigators could never explain. Tara's bicycle vanished completely. Not beside the road. Not hidden nearby. Gone. It was as if both Tara and the bike had simply disappeared into the desert air. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Police searched everywhere. Nothing. No body. No suspects. No evidence. And slowly, America forgot about Tara Calico until 9 months later, when a single photograph changed everything. June 15th, 1989. Port St. Joe, Florida. Over 1,200 miles away from New Mexico. A woman exited a convenience store and noticed something lying on the pavement where a white cargo van had been parked moments earlier. It was a Polaroid photograph. At first glance, it looked disturbing. At second glance, it looked horrifying. The image showed two people lying in the back of what appeared to be a van, a young woman, and a young boy. Both appeared bound. Both appeared gagged with black duct tape. The woman's eyes looked terrified. The boy looked exhausted. And whoever had taken the picture had vanished before anyone realized what they'd left behind. Police rushed to search the area. Roadblocks were established immediately. But the white van was gone, and it was never found again. Then the photograph aired on national television, and the moment Tara's mother saw it, she nearly collapsed, because she believed the terrified girl in the photograph was her daughter. The resemblance was chilling. The face shape, the hair, the body structure. But one detail froze investigators. The woman in the photograph had a scar on her leg, in the exact same location where Tara had once been injured in a car accident. Then investigators noticed something else. Lying beside the girl was a paperback novel, My Sweet Audrina, one of Tara's favorite books. Suddenly, the impossible felt real. What if Tara hadn't died that day? What if someone had abducted her, transported her across America, and photographed her in captivity? The nation became obsessed. The FBI analyzed the photograph. Scotland Yard examined it. Experts debated for years. Some investigators were convinced the woman was Tara Calico. Others insisted it wasn't her at all. Even today, nobody agrees. And then the mystery became even darker, because another family recognized the young boy in the photograph. They believed he was Michael Henley, a missing child who had vanished months earlier during a camping trip in New Mexico. For a brief moment, people believed the photograph showed two kidnapped victims, two missing people trapped together somewhere in America. But then, Michael's remains were discovered deep in the mountains. He had died shortly after disappearing, meaning the boy in the photograph was someone else entirely. Another unidentified victim, another mystery nobody could solve. Years passed. Then more disturbing photographs began appearing. Another image surfaced in California. A young woman with tape over her mouth. Another showed a restrained woman sitting silently on a train. Every new image created fresh terror, fresh theories, fresh nightmares, but no answers. Then, decades later, a sheriff made a shocking announcement. According to investigators, Tara may not have been abducted by strangers at all. Instead, they believed two local teenage boys accidentally struck her with a truck while harassing her on the highway. Panicking, they allegedly killed her and hid the body. The sheriff claimed he knew who was responsible, but there was a problem, a massive one. If Tara died in New Mexico that day, then who was in the Polaroid? And why did someone leave it in a parking lot over 1,000 miles away? The theory answered one mystery, while creating an even more terrifying one. Today, Tara Lee Calico remains officially missing. No body has ever been found. No one has ever been arrested, and the Polaroid still exists. Even now, people stare at it online for hours, trying to decide whether the terrified woman in the picture is Tara or someone else. Because if it really was her, then somewhere in America, someone held her captive. Someone photographed her alive. Someone wanted that image to be seen. And maybe the most horrifying part of all is this. Somewhere, someone knows exactly what happened on that empty New Mexico highway in 1988. They know what happened to Tara Calico. They know who was in that photograph. And for nearly 40 years, they've remained completely silent.